Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We are here for this Gameweek 33 Premier League fixture between Aston Villa and West Brom. It's at Villa Park for this West Midlands derby, as Villa currently sit 11th in the Premier League and they take on rivals West Brom, who stare down at relegation with only 24 points and in 19th place. Back in December, when these two teams last met, it was Sam Allardyce's first game in charge of West Brom. That was in a 3-0 defeat in the end, Villa scoring 3 and sinking the West Brom ship at the start of Allardyce's reign. But from then he's now managed 20 games, winning 4 of them, drawing 5 and losing 11. He is usually the manager who comes in and sets out a resolute defence, but only 4 clean sheets with West Brom has meant they have stayed in the bottom 3. Villa still have sights for Europe, but time is slowly running out. They have a game in hand, but they have only won one of their last 7 games. This includes their back-to-back losses recently against Manchester City and Liverpool. Derbies are always a fixture you never want to lose, so which of these teams will win the bragging rights on Derby Day? Will it be Dean Smith's venturous Villa or Big Sam's whimpering West Brom side? We're going to find out. Like I said, Derby Day form and all that kind of goes out the window. You know, you can just focus on this game individually, and hopefully we can get a good game today. So hello everyone who is here. Kickoff is in just under 4 minutes away now in this derby. We've already got a 3-1 score prediction. If you've got any of the score predictions, put them in the chat now. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Got 3-1 Villa. I'm not sure, you know. West Brom are in desperate need of points, obviously because of their need of points in terms of relegation. Because if they lose this one, I think that's going to be they're going to be curtains. I think. Not officially, but it's a big step to relegation. Obviously, recent wins against Southampton and Chelsea gave them a great boost of confidence, but that loss to Leicester on Thursday night definitely was a big setback for West Brom, and they are having to take on a strong Villa side. Like I said, not in greatest of form, as they have only won one of their last 7 Premier League games. The win was a 3-1 win against Fulham, who are also in the relegation zone, so could that be a factor of Villa's season? You know, they struggle to win against the big sides like your Manchester City and Liverpool's, but when it comes to the bottom 3 and the lower half sides and the likes of Fulham and now like today West Brom, well, that is when they pick up the points. We'll see. They've not won this game yet. We'll quickly just have a look at the lineups in a second. Let me just sort something out. There we go. And there we go. If you just quickly look at both sides, we have got Martinez in goal, currently on 14 clean sheets for the season. Only goalkeeper has more is Ederson of Manchester City. El Mohammadi comes in at right back. Matty Cash is serving a suspension for being sent off in their last game at Villa Park in midweek against Manchester City. Konsa and Mings stay as the defensive 2. That has been forever present pretty much in this season. McGinn and Louise will start alongside each other in a 4-2-3-1, allowing Barkley to move further forward. He's back in the team today. Still no Jack Grealish in the starting 11 or on the bench, so it's El Ghazi and Traore taking up the wide spots, and then Ollie Watkins as well starts up front, the main man for Villa this season. He's looking to try and bag his 15th goal and more of the season in today's game in all competitions. And on the bench as well, you can see a Wesley on the bench, the Brazilian striker, been out the squad for around coming up to 15 months now. The last game he played for Aston Villa was on the 1st of January 2020, which he scored, and it was against Burnley. Picked up an ACL injury and is only just returning now, and he's on the bench. That's great to see. And then for West Brom, they've gone with Ajayi at the back instead of O'Shea. Gallagher comes in on the right for Matt Phillips, with Maitland-Niles and Yokoshlu staying as the 2 central midfielders. The playmaker Pereira is down the middle, supporting Diagne up front on loan currently from Galatasaray. Can he score? Again, he's got 2 so far and 2 assists so far since joining in January, or I think February, I think his deadline day he joined. So going to see if the 6'4" Senegalese target man Diagne can cause some issues for that back 4 of Aston Villa. On the bench, they've also got the likes of Dean Garner, Grant Robson-Kanu is their attacking options. Then Captain Jake Livermore is also on the bench as well. So kickoff is just in literally a minute's time. I'm going to get the timer ready and we're going to get going in this game. Like I said, if you've got anything you want to say about the game or any score predictions, put them in the chat and I'll read them as soon as I see them. Today, the referee, we've got Stuart Atwell And on VAR, we've got Martin Atkinson. We are obviously coming off the back of the game between Manchester City and Spurs. Well done to Manchester City for winning the League Cup, the first major English trophy of the season. As the referee blows the whistle, all players take the knee, still spreading that message. There's no room for racism. Report it. I have linked the Premier League website in terms of no room for racism in the description. So if you want to know more, then that is in the description. So we're about to get underway. It'll be a Villa kickoff, kicking right to left in this West Midlands derby. West Brom kicking left to right. Mings gets it, sends it diagonally down right towards Ollie Watkins. He does win the header inside to El Ghazi. We'll try and bring it down and kick it back to John McGinn, who goes over to Matt Targett. It's a great start already for Aston Villa as they're in the final third. Barkley is going to swing a ball in. It's going to be blocked off by Ajayi. Only spies Douglas Luiz around 30 yards away from goal. Zips it into Bertrand Traore. First time touch towards Ollie Watkins. Cut out in the end by Connor Townsend. And it's now with West Brom around the back with the right back, Darnell Furlong. Who clips it down the right-hand side into the Aston Villa half. Great header won by Mings towards Douglas Luiz, who heads it over towards McGinn. Cut out by Maitland-Niles and works it to Pereira, who backheels it nicely to Conor Gallagher, the man on loan from Chelsea. On the right, tries to go inside. Cut out by Douglas Luiz. Finds El Ghazi. Going down the right, then going down the left as well. Great work from El Ghazi. He's been met by Darnell Furlong. One-on-one with the right back. Looks backwards and does find Matt Targett. Barkley out to El Ghazi again in that final third. It's a positive start for Villa. They had already scored against Manchester City by now in their last fixture. They scored within 20 seconds. John McGinn. And they've got it on the right with Bertrand Traore, just on the edge of the box. Puts a ball in. Comes off Kyle Bartley. Not too far away, so forward to Matt Targett, who keeps it for Aston Villa. Forward to Ollie Watkins, lays it off to John McGinn. Traore. Resolute West Brom defences. John McGinn swings it in, and it's an easy collection for Johnston in the end there. Thanks to everyone who's here. If you can like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. But yeah, Sam Johnston's had a great season so far. If they do go down, you will feel like he is one of those players to maybe be snapped up by a Premier League club next year. Yet to play for England, but during the last international break he did get on the bench for the 3 internationals. Mings heads away his clearance. So as far as Mateus Pereira, it's going to be a free kick though, I think, for Aston Villa. Diagne causing a problem there for the referee as they try and take it quickly, but the referee has pulled it back in the end for Villa to retake it again. There's Dean Smith and John Terry watching over Aston Villa. Like I said, only one win in the last 7 Premier League games, but they have won their last 3 games against newly promoted teams. As it's now with Mings, sends it long and over the top towards Ollie Watkins. He's going to get on the end of this on the left-hand side, back to goal, and has to hold it up against the pressure of Semi Ajayi. Does play it back in the end to El Ghazi, inside to Barkley, gets it back to El Ghazi, inside to Douglas Luiz. Finds Barkley, tries to get it back to Douglas Luiz, but it's been cut out, and it's Yukoshlu into Pereira. Heavy touch. Now Barkley picks it up to El Ghazi. Back to Ross Barkley again. Over to El Mohammadi, who's in for Matty Cash today. Luiz inside to Barkley. Nice ball over to Matt Targett on the left. He's got people to aim for in the box. It gets crossed in. It's deflected towards Johnston, and he gets there, gets his body behind the ball, and stops it from going in the back of the net for Aston Villa. Got it out to the left nicely, and like I said, just in time for West Brom and to stop the Aston Villa goal. He's just about got there at the near post as he clears it forward again towards Diagne. He's got extra Conser there, and he's going to win the header Conser, but it comes off of Gallagher and then back to Mings, who will clear it forward again. Kyle Bartley will head it towards Connor Townsend, heads it on once more, as far as McGinn, who loses out to Gallagher. It's now Maitland-Niles to Akoshlu. Down the line by Townsend, searching for Callum Robinson. He's going to meet Conser to it, but he's going to get there first, the centre-back, and bring it away for Aston Villa and clearing it along again. Up towards Watkins. Tries to bring it down on the pressure from Bartley, and the referee sees nothing wrong with it. And it's Yukoshlu to Gallagher, who's found himself in midfield. Hi, listening from Thailand, Chesterfield and Southampton for Chesterfield fan. That's great to hear. I also support a National League team. That's good to see. Hope you enjoy the commentary. If you haven't subscribed as well, please do. I've not seen you in the chat, so great to see you. Also nice to see you from Thailand. global this. Switch on for West Brom over towards Furlong, who brings down beautifully on the chest. Getting into the final third for the first time for West Brom. 1-on-1 with Matt Target. Goes the long way around and whips across in. It's dangerous. Headed away by Conser. Over towards Target. Goes back to Mings. Sorry for any buffer in there. Steve may have experienced. I don't know why. Yeah, sorry for any buffering you might have just had there. I do apologise. Hold on, let me sort this out a sec. Yeah, sorry for any buffering you just got there. Back in with the game though, 5.5 minutes played. Still 0-0 in the West Midlands derby. I think John McGinn's give away a free kick here in the midfield. It's going to be a chance for West Brom to get this ball in the box. Pereira's over it with Gallagher as well. It's going to be the left-footed Pereira to swing this in towards the far post where Robertson tries to keep it in and gets a touch to it but can't keep it from going out of the pitch, and a goal kick it is for Aston Villa. Fine now, okay, all good. I just saw it, I have a little screen here where I can kind of see the stream and it just started to buffer a little bit and like kind of mess up. That's all I'm saying, but thanks for letting me know. It's Mings, sends it down left towards El Ghazi, who heads it back into a West Brom player, Pereira. Yukoshlu back to Pereira on the halfway. Goes over to Carl Bartley, it's a heavy pass and he won't get there ahead of Traore, and there's a break on. Traore forward to Ollie Watkins on the right, he's got plays in the middle, one of them's Ross Barkley, tries to find him, too much height on it, goes over Ross Barkley, and Daniel Furlong, the right back, can clear down the line for West Brom. To Targu, nods it down, it's going to be Gallagher to get there ahead of Louise, and Gallagher can drive. He's got options to his left, one of them is Maitland-Niles, and he goes once more left towards Connor Townsend, the pass is short again, and he does get there ahead of Watkins, Connor Townsend, but wasn't able to direct to a West Brom player. It's now Villa back in possession with El Ghazi inside to Louise. El Ghazi again, now over to McGinn on the right. Shifts it over once more to Ollie Watkins. Traore's gone centre. He's got an overlap with El Mohammed. He goes inside to Louise. Nice back heel to Watkins on the edge. Into the box to Bertrand Traore. Another back heel over to El Ghazi. Shot blocked. Falls to Barkley on the left hand side of the box. Brought down by Ajayi. Penalty kick. Stuart Atwell gives it. It looks a penalty to me. Just seems like Semi Ajayi just mistimed the challenge a little bit there on Ross Barkley. Obviously VAR will check it, but to me it looked like a penalty kick. Good play though from West Brom, really positive play from them. Here we go. Yeah, caught by Ajayi. Barkley went down. Penalty kick for sure. He just got it from the deflected El Ghazi shot and he just looked to take a touch to his left just to try and work it away from Ajayi. He's gone in for the challenge, the centre-back. He's clipped the Chelsea low knee, and that's surely going to be a penalty kick for Aston Villa. Like I said, some great skills, some back heels from Louise and Traore. El Ghazi ended up having the shot, deflected to the left-hand side to Barkley. He tried to work himself away from Ajayi, got caught by him in the end. And a penalty kick for Aston Villa, and it'll be El Ghazi to take. He scored a penalty in the reverse fixture, I am pretty sure. Anwar El Ghazi. He loves a goal against West Brom, does the Dutchman. He's got 4 goals in his 4 appearances against West Brom. Can he make it 5 in 5? 21. El Ghazi sends the keeper the wrong way, tucks it into the bottom left corner. Johnston goes to the right, and Aston Villa take an early lead in the West Midlands derby. A bit like the first fixture in this season between the two sides. El Ghazi this time scoring in the 9th minute. In the last game in December, he scored in the 5th minute. And Aston Villa have an early lead, not as much of an early lead as they did against Manchester City, but still early nonetheless. Aston Villa 1, West Brom 0, and Anwar El Ghazi with the penalty kick. Let me just change the scoreboard, and then I'll have a look at your comments in the chat. Venomix here again. Hello, English. Thanks to everyone who is here. 8 of you's here. If you can all like and subscribe if you haven't, that'd be fantastic. Which teams do you do? What do you mean in terms of commentate? Because if you mean that, then everyone, if you just check the channel, I do all kinds of different ones. We're already starting again. Free kick on the edge of the box here for West Brom. Louise giving the foul away. Didn't really see much. The cameras were just showing replays of the penalty. So didn't really see what happened there. Maitland-Niles got on the end of it. I think a Louise poor touch and he's kicked the back of his leg there. Maitland-Niles has gone down. And a free kick to West Brom. Like I said, I didn't really see it, to be honest. They were just showing replays. Yes, Al Ghazi did score a penalty in the reverse fixture. It was not the first goal, but the last goal he scored, because he scored 2 in the reverse fixture, and that was in the 88th minute. But chance here for West Brom, right on the edge, to get a swift reply if they can. Try to see who stood over it. Emi Martinez will want a clean sheet. He's got 14 so far this season. Pereira's over it, Gallagher's over it, and Diagne, but I think Diagne is going to walk away. But Pereira, this season for West Brom, he scored 9 in all competitions, 8 of them in the Premier League. He'd love to hit double figures this season in all competitions. Or will Gallagher strike it? It's going to be the left foot of Pereira over the wall and over the bar. West Brom without a goal yet in this game, but their first big chance has fell to Pereira, and he has took it wide of the post and bar. Good free kick, really. Got it over the wall. Got bend on it as well. If he could have just kept it down a little bit more, not far away by Matthias Pereira. Hands on the head of Connor Townsend, who had to watch from behind. And he just saw how close that free kick really was. It's Matt Target's been forced back to Emi Martinez as the game's back underway. Left-footed clearance by the Argentine goalkeeper. Up towards El Ghazi. Can't win the header on Yukoslu. Falls to Pereira. Brings it down. Shifts it out wide right to Furlong. Gallagher's making a run down the right. He's going to get there ahead of Mings. Towards the corner flag he goes. Pokes it back towards Furlong. Taking it down the right again. Works across. It's a good cross in, and Martinez gets there strongly and collects the ball for Aston Villa. And he's going to look to send them on a counter-attack. Kicks the ball out of his hands towards El Ghazi on the left. Brings it down and turns once and twice and keeps it and goes back to Matt Target. He got it at left back position. And now it's gone over to Ezri Konsa. The centre-back's got 2 goals himself this season. He will look to add to that. There's Louise. Outside of the boot, ball to McGinn, who's advanced forward. Lays it off to the right to Bertrand Traore. Now, Douglas Louise to McGinn again. Oh, great ball through to Bertrand Traore. Gets a ball across. Watkins should have been there. Ajayi sends it away for a corner. Great ball by McGinn to find Traore. And then Traore equalled that ball with an even better one. Putting it right across goal. Watkins, who'd pulled away, and he should have really darted at the front of that cross. And it led to Ajayi just kicking it out for a corner kick. Barkley to take on the Aston Villa left. It'll be an in-swinging ball by Ross Barkley, the man who won the penalty kick. Ross Barkley, he's got plays to aim for, the likes of Mings and Ezri Konsa, 2 taller players in the Villa team. He goes short to Douglas Louise, who will lay it back to Ross Barkley on the angle. Over to Douglas Louise again. Across to Matt Target. He'll then cross it with the left foot towards Mings at the back post. Can't get there ahead of Connor Townsend, and he's fouled Connor Townsend in the end as he held him. And it's going to be a free kick to West Brom in the penalty area. You know, someone you wouldn't want to mark is Tyrone Mings. Like his centre-back partner, he's also scored 2 goals this season against Fulham and Southampton. But poor from Ajayi for that penalty. Should have just seen Ross Barkley down the line. He didn't have many places to go, but he's caught his foot, and an easy penalty to give for Aston Villa. And El Ghazi dispatched beautifully. Sent the keeper the wrong way, but even if he had gone the right way, it would have been tough to get there. Subscribe, thank you very much. Every subscriber is very, very much appreciated, like on another level. So back underway with Townsend, the left back. Down the line, lifts it, over the top. Diagne will give chase. I think Martinez will get there first. Yes, he will, and he'll collect in his area and roll it to Tyrone Mings. Plays it forward into El Ghazi, back-heeled nicely to Ollie Watkins. On the turn and relays it into the Dutchman El Ghazi. He's got Barkley to his left, he's got Traore to his right. He'll go to Barkley on the left. It's a good slide challenge from Furlong to stop Barkley from getting there in the box. And it's well dealt with by Furlong, but there's an offside anyway. by the linesman, so he wouldn't have counted. I think Ross Barkley just couldn't quite time his run. Let's have a look. El Ghazi was looking, he was holding up the pass. I think he would have been on, actually. Would have been a close call. You would have had to get the VAR lines out for that. But didn't lead to a goal because Furlong's recovery challenge was fantastic. Furlong making his 30th appearance this season in the Premier League. Sam Allardyce looking on. This was his first fixture as manager of West Brom at home to Aston Villa. Did end in a 3-0 defeat in the end. And they're 1-0 down now as Ezri Konsa plays it back to Martinez as West Brom look to play it up long. The clearance is poor. Forced to Gallagher. He then finds Maitland-Niles on the right-hand side. He's gone to Mateus Pereira, who's just drifted. He goes inside to Maitland-Niles. Back over to Pereira on the edge. Gets onto his right foot and then scoops it through to Gallagher, who's challenged strongly by McGinn and fairly. As the Scotsman looked to bring it away, but a poor ball to El Ghazi gives it to Maitland-Niles. 1-2 with Pereira, but as he's tried to get the ball back towards Maitland-Niles, he's just knocked over Douglas Luiz, and a free kick it'll be for Aston Villa as some of the pressure's just been relieved for Aston Villa, who've only conceded 35 goals this season. Have only scored 44 though, but have lost the same as they've won. 13 wins, 13 losses, 5 draws. That's really poor from Martinez. Playing longies with the goalkeeper. Played it straight over to Sam Johnston, who distributes towards Connor Townsend on the left. Ran out of pitch that ball. It's gone out for an Aston Villa throw-in just on the halfway. And they've tried to take it quickly, but the throw-in he tried to take quickly there, El Mohammadi, was about 10 yards further forward than where the ball did go out of play. Shared it to my friends. Perfect. Love to hear that. Thank you very much. So literally, that is fantastic to hear. That's exactly what people need to do, and that's great that you've done it. Thank you very much, mate. Throw-in has been taken in the end up towards Ollie Watkins, who's been pulled down by Bartley. Has the referee seen that as a foul? No, he hasn't, so they've cleared West Brom in the end, and it has fell to Yokoshlu, who's then been brought down by McGinn. And a free kick for West Brom in the end. John McGinn bringing down Yokoshlu, who's been quite the signing. Signed from Celta Vigo on deadline day, the Turkish midfielder, aged 27. Played 10 games before this one, so now on 11 with 10 starts in those 11 games. So slotted straight in. Sam Johnson sends it on towards Diagne, over him and Ezri Konsa, over towards El Mohammadi, who's going to just let this ball roll for a goal kick. Another poor set piece or a goal kick or a free kick by both teams. Panning there to some of Aston Villa's trophies that they have won. One European Cup, that was in the 1981-1982 season. They've won a Charity Shield, they've won 7 FA Cups, they've won a UEFA Super Cup, and they came second as well in the first ever Premier League season, the 1992 to 1993 season. Man United did win the league that year. Sorry, the stream's done that again. It's really annoying me. I really don't know why it's doing it. I do apologise. I subscribe. Thank you very much. It's great. Honestly, it's great to see. But I do apologise. It's just done that laggy thing again. It don't usually do it. It's just done it the last 2 streams. Yokoshlu's on the ball. Back to Kyle Bartley, flicks it over left to Connor Townsend. Tries to go inside towards Maitland-Niles, picked up by El Mohammadi in the end as it deflected towards the Egyptian right back. Dinks it centrally towards Barkley, won by Yokoshlu. Gallagher towards Maitland-Niles, won by McGinn. He's on the ground, but he doesn't matter, says the referee, because Maitland-Niles has won it. It's now Yokoshlu. Deflected passes fell to Ezri Konsa. As he tries to go forward, he's been nudged to the ground by Diagne. And a free kick for Aston Villa it is. Now Aston Villa on the ball as they did win that free kick. It's now Tyrone Mings on the left hand side. Long ball over the top, try to find Matt Target, who's advanced forward. Furlong intercepts, but his header's only gone as far as El Ghazi, who keeps the attack alive. Pulls it back, deflected though by Yakoshlu, and will fall back to El Ghazi, who lifts it over the head of Pereira to John McGinn. Advances forward and tries to go left to El Ghazi, picked up by Furlong, but his pass is poor. Gone to Ross Barkley, and it's now Douglas Luiz. Al Mohammadi will receive the ball. Go back towards Douglas Luiz again. Switches onto the left-hand side. He'll look for it towards El Ghazi. A lot of height on it. He has kept it in, going as far as Mateus Pereira. Oh, no, he's not kept it in. The referee has given it as a throw-in. I thought he just kept that in then, but clearly not. This will put Aston Villa onto 47 points for the season. Target wins his header. Furlong lets it go for a throw-in on the halfway line. Darnell Furlong getting a bit of the run of fixtures currently. Has now started 27 Premier League games of the 30 he's played, and did sign from QPR in 2019. And his dad, Paul Furlong, is actually the manager of the under-18s at QPR. So, you know, some parts of his family still at QPR, despite him leaving in 2019 to join West Brom. So it is Diagne, holds it up, and looks to get the ball across to Townsend on the left. Great lifted ball. He tries to volley it forward first time to Robinson, who's not really been in the game much in the box. He works it back into the box towards Maitland-Niles. He's been brought down. Penalty kick. Maitland-Niles got his feet on the ball and he was working his way, trying to avoid the Villa players, and Ezri Konsa's ended up pulling him down. Did it look soft? I thought so, but the referee Stuart Outwell saw it as a foul. Townsend, first time ball into Robinson, back to goal, tried to find a way forward. I think he was looking for Townsend, but it fell to Maitland-Niles, and as he tried to work himself away and find space, has he been pulled down here by Konsa? Yes. Hands over him. Not much contact, but, you know, you can't be doing that these days in the box. Dean Smith is hands on head as it happened. It looks like we're going to get 2 penalties. We had 1 in the reverse fixture. We've now had 2 in this one. As VAR will check it, and it will be Mateus Pereira to take if it is allowed. We mentioned before, he's on 9 goals in all competitions for the season, Pereira, so could hit double figures with this goal. They are just checking it. Great ball, though, from Townsend to find Robinson, and then he looked for the reverse pass back to Townsend. It just went beyond him and then fell to Maitland-Niles, who was in the box. And as it fell to him, he was pulled down by Konsa. Lightly, you could say, but there was definitely contact. And the referee's given, or VAR is giving the penalty. Pereira, left-footed. Can he score his penalty? Mateus Pereira. Oh, it's a great lifted penalty. Martinez goes the right way, but right into the top right corner it goes. And we've got a derby on our hands here. 2 penalties given, 2 penalties scored. And we are at 1-1 at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, West Brom 1. 10 now in the season for Mateus Pereira, as he looks to try and be the shining light in this dark season for West Brom, as it looks like they're going to be going straight back down to the Championship. Konsa will learn from that. It's poor that he gave the penalty away. Same from Ajayi, really. He shouldn't give his penalty away. 2 cheap penalties given to each team, but they've taken the chance, and they've both taken them with some great penalties. 1 in the bottom left, 1 in the top right. And we've got a level game here, just under 24 minutes in, as we're back underway with Tyrone Mings. Forward to Matt Targett. Mings inside to McGinn. When there's a break in play, I'll read that little stat there in the chat. She's caught my eye, but I was going to wait for a break in play. Barkley's gone back over to Martinez. I'll have a look now. Brian Dean scored the first goal in the Premier League after 5 minutes against Manchester United for the Blades, and scored a second in the 50th minute in 50 minutes to win 2-1. I do remember that. Brian Dean rings a bell because I commentate on Sheffield United, and I think he's their top goal scorer in the Premier League, Brian Dean, if I remember correctly. If my memory of my stats prove me right, I think he's Sheffield United's top goal scorer in the Premier League, Brian Dean. The name rings a bell. I'll actually check now. West Brom have it back now in this game to Sam Johnston. And Mohammadi wins it back in the midfield as West Brom just lose it. Let's have a look. Yep, 15, Brian Dean for Sheffield United. A little interesting stat, nothing to do with the game, but you know. Target back to Mings as they're in their own half here. Aston Villa looking to try and win their 80th game in this fixture. We are here for the 173rd meeting between these two teams. Villa have won 79 so far, West Brom 55. 4 of them being in the Premier League, 2 home, 2 away for West Brom. Mings over to target, lifts it in behind for Louise, nods it down to El Ghazi on the left. In the box he goes, tries to go to the edge to Barkley. Does fall to Louise in the end as Furlong can't clear away convincingly. Looks to the right hand side, Lucas Louise, but cleared by West Brom. Up to Pereira, who goes forward looking for Diagne. As far as John McGinn though. Nice footwork and he gets it out wide left to Barkley again. Now over to McGinn. Douglas Luiz, the man signed from Manchester City. Douglas Luiz does have a 25 million buyback clause if they want to trigger that, Manchester City, and he's on the ball here. It's now Traore. Over to McGinn, heavy touch, Gallagher can take it away and play it forward to Diagne, but there's going to be a free kick here as John McGinn clattered Conor Gallagher as he won the ball back. That should really be a booking for John McGinn. Don't think there is though. But there is Wesley back. You're a stat man just like me, but I'm 64. All ages as well, Thailand, and we're getting some younger, audiences and some of the older audiences. I'm so glad as a City, I'm presuming I say City fan, we finally got another trophy. Yep, good 1-0 win, Laporte winning the game in the, I think, 82nd minute, was it? Free kick though here on the left hand side for West Brom. It's going to be a chance to lift it into the box. Great ball in. It's dangerous. It's gone towards the far post where Yokoslu won the header. And he put it right to the far post, and the Turkish international probably should have scored. He hasn't scored yet for West Brom, Yokoslu. Great ball from Pereira right towards the penalty spot. Went over the head of Tyrone Mings. He headed it towards the far post. Martinez was a little bit stranded there. And, it's a great chance for West Brom to turn the game on its head. Sam Allardyce is furious that hasn't gone in. Ball played forward to Watkins. Can't chest it down to target. Furlong takes it away. And down the right-hand side where Diagne will just peel to the right to get it and keep it in. And be tackled from behind by Mings. And it's going to be a throw-in for West Brom. Mings is asking for a Villa throw-in, but I mean... They're taking it quickly though. Diagne across the box. El Mohammadi won't get there ahead of Maitland-Niles. And on the left, he's surrounded by 2 Villa players and he tries to get away from them. Can he work across? He can in the end, and Luiz meets it. Oh, he's not kept it in though in the end. Cross wasn't dangerous. It did fall to Luiz, but it had already gone out. So a goal kick for Martinez. Thanks to everyone who's here. 8 people, 10 likes, some new subscribers. It's great to see. If you aren't subscribed, please do. Next commentary is on Tuesday. Real Madrid versus Chelsea, first leg. Yeah, good amount of likes. Definitely is, 100%. El Mohammadi lifts it again. Carl Bartley will head away though. As far as McGinn, as he heads back forward. Bartley's got a second chance to head it and he wins it. As far as Luiz, who heads it back towards Bartley, he won't come off his head this time. It will run to his feet and he'll play it back to Sam Johnston, who will clear away first time towards the West Brom left. Heavy touch from Robertson. He will fall to McGinn. Gets there ahead of Yokoslu. Can't get there to Barkley, but he will fall back to McGinn. He's now worked it to El Ghazi, who will cut in and take a strike. Good save by Johnston. Falls to Watkins on the left. He's got target in support. He's also got El Ghazi on the byline. He'll find it and he'll put it across, but it's a catch by Sam Johnston. And West Brom survive another Villa attack. Thanks to everyone. There's 10 people in, 10 likes. It's a great stream so far. To be fair, my Aston Villa streams usually do well. Usually. So it might just be Aston Villa. Might have to do more. But El Ghazi, with that shot there, working Sam Johnston to a save down to his right. Diagne heads it into Pereira as they work it forward, West Brom. Furlong, the right back's getting forward. He will not use his run though. He'll just play to Conor Gallagher. Pereira, Conor Gallagher again. Great play here from West Brom. Can he work across? No, he can, but it deflects off El Ghazi and away for a throw-in for West Brom. Going to be Yokoslu to take the throw-in. I'm presuming it won't be. I was going to say, as long as if he's got a big throw, Yokoslu, then it might be him, but I couldn't imagine it. It'll be Furlong to take it. And it does seem like he's got a long throw. Because just from the corner of my eye there, from this camera angle, I think Ajayi's gone forward. The centre-back, who has scored a couple as well himself this season. Sami Ajayi. So I think Furlong will go for the long throw in here. Big throw in goes up towards Ajayi. Tries to flick it on, but Martinez will collect. And both centre-backs of West Brom are forward. Can they maybe stem a counter-attack here from this Martinez kick? Long towards Watkins on the Villa left. It bounces and he gets there ahead of Townsend. He's got Barkley in support and plays it. Far left is Barkley. Everything to his right. Inside he goes to John McGinn. Back out wide left to El Ghazi, the number 21. McGinn. Target. El Ghazi's making a run down the line. But he'll put a cross himself here. Target towards Traore at the back post. And we'll get there. Right across goal it goes. And Furlong can clear. Not very convincingly though. Straight to Matt Target. Does he fancy another cross? No. Go to Louise on the left. Gets onto his right foot. Plays it inside to Barkley. Lays it back off to the Brazilian. He's still in possession here for Villa. Shifts it to the right hand side to Traore. Chests it down. Onto his left foot. Back onto his right. Onto his left again. Lays it off to Louise. Over to McGinn. Around 35 yards out. Target. McGinn again. Forward to Barkley. Back to goal. Goes to the right to El Mohammadi. He's going to work across here towards Watkins at the half post. A little bit too much on it, but he just about keeps it in. Tries to take on Furlong. Brought down by the right back, but a little soft there. And Ajayi picks it up for West Brom. And he clips it forward, looking for Diagne. Can't win the header. Will trickle all the way over to Ezri Konsa. Back to Martinez, and that attack's just slowly settled down as Aston Villa will have to restart again. As it's McGinn. Great ball forward towards El Mohammadi. Is it too much on it? No, there isn't. The Egyptian gets there and plays it to the edge to Watkins. Brings it down. Got loads of West Brom players defending against him, and he's going to have to shift it back to Louise. Now McGinn outside of the boot ball to El Mohammadi on the right. Not got many options. Going to have to just go back to Louise. He's been brought down there by Pereira. It's going to be a free kick for Villa, quite far out. So they're going to look to either take it short or they might lift it into the box. No, quickly it's taken. Now McGinn over to the opposite side to target. Now Ghazi's in the middle if he wants to use him. He'll use Barkley out wide left instead. He'll cut onto his right foot, goes for the shots, and it's an easy save. Sam Johnston. Barkley struggling with goals recently. He got 2 in these first 2 games in an Aston Villa shirt. And then it's dried up from there. He's not got any in his last 12. Ross Barkley. But he did win the penalty, to be fair, to the man on loan from Chelsea. Signed from Everton to Chelsea. Ross Barkley. Mings wins the header on Diagne. Cleared forward by Ezri Konsa. Sami Ajayi will head it back to where it came from, and it'll fall to Maitland-Niles. Just about keeps it away from Douglas Luiz and finds Gallagher, who's being swiped at by Luiz on the halfway. And a free kick for West Brom in this lively derby so far, taken quickly by Pereira, who will run at the defence of Aston Villa, tried to slip it through to Robinson. It deflects all the way over towards Robinson in the end. Ezri Konsa just about gets there ahead of him, and he has to hurry it away out for a throw-in for West Brom. West Brom slowly starting to get back into this game. Started off a little bit slow and allowed Aston Villa to get ahead through the penalty, but they started to venture forward a bit themselves and won their own penalty and executed it beautifully through Mateus Pereira. Well, here's another throw-in in the same area as the last one, where Furlong thrown it from quite the distance. He's going to try and put it in again. Here he's the number 2, Darnell Furlong. Long throw. Doesn't beat the first Villa man, El Ghazi, who heads away towards Barkley, volleys it forward, and it'll fall to Watkins. He tries to spin Connor Townsend. Does get the turn on him, but he's not allowed to advance any further forward. Good slide challenge from Townsend. Taken quickly over the throw in by Watkins. There's now a target. Over to McGinn on the halfway line. The Scotsman. Now over to Ezri Konsa. Works himself away from Diagne. Completes a 1-2 Traore. He's in the right wing position now, Ezri Konsa. What a run. Tries to play a cross goal. A good interception by Kyle Bartley and a corner kick for Villa. Great run from Ezri Konsa. Picked it up at the halfway line. Dribbled forward. Found Traore. Got the return. And like I said, in a right wing position, he advanced forward and tried to get a cross in. And he was nearly successful in doing so if it wasn't for the block of Kyle Bartley, the opposite centre-back. And they've picked up a corner. 10 minutes to go before half-time. Aston Villa 1, West Brom 1 in the West Midlands derby. It's going to be an in-swinging left-footed cross by Target, who's currently on the right-hand side of Villa's team. Right arm raised, crossed in, and it's headed away by Yokoshlu. Watkins and Conser's ended up on the ground. As Stuart Atwell, should I say, indicates another throw-in for Aston Villa. Dangerous ball swung in by Target there towards the 6-yard area. So Target's going to go from the right-hand side over to the left to take this throw-in for Aston Villa. That Target throws it towards El Ghazi, volleys it into the box, met by Yokoshlu and volleyed by Maitland-Niles in the air, where Douglas Luiz tries to head it, but it's Diagne who wins it, only as far as Mings, who takes it away from Pereira and Robinson. Now finds El Mohammadi. Over to Traore. Can he take on Townsend? No, he can't. The left-back's done his job well, shielding the ball. Yokoshlu, Townsend down the line to Diagne in the defensive third as he tries to clear it, and he gets it off Douglas Luiz and wins a throw-in for his team there, Diagne. Like I said, signed from Galatasaray. Another great goal-scoring record for Galatasaray. By Diagne. 39 appearances for the Turkish side, 22 goals. Not too bad. Scored 2 already this season for West Brom since joining. It's now a target. West Brom will lose the ball. They couldn't quite get it forward, and it's found Watkins, brings it down neatly. Holds it up against Semi Ajayi and brings Target into play. Now forward to Ross Barkley. Back to McGinn, caught late there by Gallagher. Ross Barkley as he played it to McGinn, but he's back on his feet quickly. Ross Barkley, El Ghazi's on the ball on the left, works across in towards Bertrand Traore, tries to bring it down but can't. Falls to Robinson in the end, who clears down the line but cannons off El Mohammadi, and Bartley has to try and head away. And as he's done, he's just been caught by Watkins, who tried to pressure. And a free kick's been given to West Brom against Watkins. Like I said, Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Real Madrid versus Chelsea commentary. Make sure you're here. Let me try and find what's the commentary after that. And then the next weekend's commentary is Brighton versus Leeds, 3 o'clock on Saturday, 1st of May. Listen on time on iPhone, phone now. So Vamos, Paul, Vamos. How you doing, mate? I hope you're doing alright, Paul. Sam Johnston takes this free kick and launches it forward up towards Diagne. I think Conser won the header, but it fell to Pereira. He's been tackled by McGinn. Won back though by Yokoshlu. Now Bartley over to Pereira on the left as he gets beyond Traore. He's got Townsend down the left in support. Goes inside to Robinson. Goes to him to Diagne. Works some space for a shot. Can he? No, he can't. Shields it in the box. Tackled by Douglas Luiz in the end. Oh, he's give a goal kick. Corner, goal kick. Don't know. I can't see what the rest... Corner in the end. Diagne got it in the box there as Robinson tried to take it under control. It kind of just went under his boot and then fell to Diagne. And I thought he was going to probably work space for a shot, but he hesitated, and in the end he was tackled by Douglas Luiz. Gallagher to take. Swings it in. Head away by Mings to the edge of the box where Traore can't head it any further away. Falls to Mateus Pereira. Now Maitland-Niles gets it away from Barkley. Chips it towards the left-hand side where Robinson brings it down, the Irishman. 1-on-1 went Matt Target. Gets it inside to Pereira. Met with Douglas Luiz right in that corner flag. Oh, spins in beautifully and keeps it in. What a run by Pereira. Gets the ball into the box, to the edge of the box. Maitland-Niles who strikes. Martinez saves. Mings brings it away. And we look to clear it. Tyrone Mings right in the other opposite corner flag. He's met by Maitland-Niles. A heavy touch by Mings means it's a throw from West Brom. What a chance. They're getting right into this derby. Great skill from Pereira. Back to goal. Spins Luiz right in that corner flag. And then get beyond target to get a cross in. What skill that is. Get beyond Luiz. And he got the ball beyond target. Into the box. Came off the toe of Conte. Fell to Maitland-Niles. Struck it. Strong goalkeeping by Martinez. And then obviously in the end, Mings brought it away. And out for a throw for West Brom it went. But here we go again on the same side. Furlong with a long throw in. Can it cause danger? Presuming they've got both centre-backs up again. Furlong throws it in towards Barkley, but target to win the header. Towards El Ghazi, who fails to get a good clearance on it. And Gallagher's been brought down from behind by Barkley. And right on the edge of the box, it's another free kick for West Brom. Coming under a bit of pressure, Aston Villa at home here against West Brom, who currently sit 19th with only 5 wins this season. He's gone to collect it and he's just been caught there from behind Gallagher. And Barkley, who won the penalties, give away a dangerous free kick here. And it's Pereira and Gallagher over it. Great chance to cross. It's on the side of the box, not on like the edge of the box. So the angle for a shot's a little bit tight, but I won't put it past Matheus Pereira to score. But I presume he'll put a cross in. He's only got one today, Pereira, from the penalty spot. He puts a cross in all the way and he's hit the crossbar. What a chance. What a strike. And it falls to Maitland-Niles. He's lost it to Douglas Luiz. Counter-attacks on. Barkley. He's got Traore up with him. El Ghazi. Watkins to his right. Barkley lays it off to Watkins. Step over. Trying to get a cross in. Slips and falls to Ajayi, who tries to work it between him and Maitland-Niles. They've worked it to Townsend, who then clears long. And the counter-attack's over. What a chance. Konsa. Heavy touch down the line. Just about keeps it to El Mohammadi. Gets beyond Gallagher. El Mohammadi to Traore on the right. Tries to get inside. He's done it successfully on his left foot. Back to goal though. So he lays it off to McGinn. Tries to find a gap through towards Barkley. Cut out, but it falls back towards him. But that pass is even worse. Right to Robinson. Who's then somehow his pass has been intercepted by McGinn. It's Luiz. Barkley. El Mohammadi. Luiz is overlapping. Doesn't use him. He crosses it instead towards El Ghazi, the back post. Inaccurate cross. And it'll fall to Furlong, the right back. Then goes down the line to Pereira. Holds it up back to Yikoshlu on the edge of the 18-yard box. Not got many options. Looking for a pass, Yikoshlu. Tries to find Pereira. Was on the same wavelength. Been picked up by Target. Poor touch though by Barkley as he received the ball. And it's now back with Yikoshlu. Ball out wide left. Looking for Robinson. Cut out by the chest of El Mohammadi. And Villa back in possession. What a chance though from Pereira. I think it was, to be honest, a bit of a shot cross, if you know what I mean. He's gone to aim for that far post with a bit of height on it. If someone can get onto it, great. But if it goes all the way through, then it's even better. But unfortunately, it hit the bar. I think it was a shot. But like I said, that could have easily formed into a cross if it just come down a bit quicker. But he's gone to shoot at the far post. Martinez has dived and stretched as much as he could for it. And it hit the crossbar. And very unfortunate for Matheus Pereira, who, like I said, has already got a goal today. Furlong throws it down the line. Diagne heads it inside. As far as Douglas Luiz. As inside the Villa half, he's spread it out wide right to El Mohammadi. Ahmed El Mohammadi brings it forward. Finds Watkins. Holds it up and distributes to Traore. You've got a run of El Mohammadi. Doesn't use it. Inside goes to McGinn. Luiz. Over to El Ghazi. Dummies it from that target. On the left-hand side. Down the byline to El Ghazi, who then lifts it into the box where Watkins can win the header. Easy save for Sam Johnston. And again, this game stays at 1-1, but it's very end-to-end. Very entertaining derby so far. A double dummy. The referee let it go through his legs, and then El Ghazi did the same. Would have been a very nice goal. Did well, Watkins, to win the header on Townsend, but couldn't quite generate the power from 6 yards out there, Watkins, and it was a easy save for Sam Johnston, who will then kick the ball out of his hands and aim towards Diagne against Konsa, who will win the header. It'll be Konsa towards Gallagher. It kind of bounces off his knee into Target, who forces it down the channel to Watkins, who lays it in towards El Ghazi. Tackled by Ajayi. Forced him again, gets beyond Ajayi, and then Yukoslu brings it away, but a foul's been given on an earlier foul by Ajayi. I think on Watkins as he held the ball up before. We're about to hit half time, and on the halfway line, Villa have got a free kick. Goes over to Ezri Konsa, who was part of that under-20s World Cup team in 2017. He made one appearance in the competition and was on the bench for the final, but didn't get on the pitch. Ezri Konsa, and he's had a great season so far, the 23-year-old. Yet to be called up for England. It's Louise Barkley. 1-2 with Watkins. It's now with Ross Barkley again. He's got Target far left if he wants to use him, and he will get it out to the former Southampton left back, and he floats it towards the far post. Target, and the header's had to be directed behind for a corner kick by Connor Townsend. 2 minutes added on. We'll play 30 seconds. We're going to finish with an Aston Villa corner. Villa took the lead early on with an El Ghazi penalty. That was around 9 minutes in, and then not long after, 23 minutes into the game, Ezri Konsa brought down Maitland-Niles. He was a little soft, but put his hands on him in the box. Maitland-Niles fell to the ground, and that was a penalty, and Pereira dispatched. But since then, we've had pretty end-to-end football. It's been quite enjoyable to watch, and I hope that's come across in the commentary. It's Matt Target, again from that right-hand side. We'll put an in-swinging cross in the left-back. So he picked up the 1 assist this season. Crossed in, and comes off the head of Konsa, flat on his forehead, and out for a goal kick it goes. Yeah, 2 commentaries coming up, so make sure you subscribed and all that so you don't miss it. Chelsea take on Real Madrid on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, and I'll also be doing the second leg the week after. And then also, as well, we've got Brighton versus Leeds at 3 o'clock, 1st of May. Should be a cracking game. Like I said, follow the Instagram. It is football_commentaries, so if there is any commentary changes, that will be on that. Ball's played forward to Diagne, holds it up and it finds Maitland-Niles on the far left. Can't quite get beyond Konsa, and he dribbles it out of play for a throw, and he takes it quickly to Barkley, nods it over to Traore, heads it back forward as far as Yukoslu. Now Connor Townsend lifts it to Diagne up towards Pereira, cut out by Mings, and that will see us out for the first half. It does end Aston Villa 1, West Brom 1, 2 penalty kicks given by Stuart Atwell, and rightly so by VAR. None of them were ruled out, and they were both dispatched by El Ghazi for Aston Villa in the 9th minute and by Pereira in the 23rd minute for West Brom. But from then, we had a few end-to-end chances for both teams. Watkins has tried to get his name on the score sheet. Ross Barkley tried to create some magic as well. But for West Brom, they've had a few long throw-ins, I think about 3 or 4 in the end. Pereira also hit the crossbar near the end of the half from a free kick. That was close to going into the back of the net to give West Brom the lead. But after 45 minutes of end-to-end chances and 2 penalties, we're at 1-1 in this West Midlands derby. Who will take it? Who knows? But so far, we are all level in this game. Interesting. Really enjoyed that half of football. Really have. If you are new, please subscribe and like. Just means everything when I see new subscribers. It really does. Only 1 new subscriber. Let's try and get to 575 if we can. 2 more. 2 more. That'd be fantastic. Like I said, next commentary, Champions League semi-final, first leg, on Tuesday, and then obviously the second leg the week after. Obviously, due to what happened last season, I've actually not done a proper Champions League semi-final commentaries of 2 legs. Obviously, last season we had the one-off games in Portugal to obviously get the games done, which obviously had to be done in those circumstances. But it'll be my first ever Champions League 2-legged semi-final commentaries, which I'm very excited for. I've done the Chelsea games against Madrid and Porto, so I want to see it all the way through and do them against Madrid as well. I'm not a Chelsea fan. If my team was in the Champions League and they were in the semi-finals or quarter-finals, I'd choose to watch them instead of commentate on them. So I'm not a Chelsea fan if you're wondering why I've done so many of them recently. They've just fit in Chelsea games in my schedule. So that's all. Like I said, next Saturday, 1st of May, Brighton Leeds should be an end-to-end game. We know what both teams are like. Both teams create a lot of chances. I know Leeds didn't score today, and either did West Brom last night, but they do like to create a lot of chances. So that should be an entertaining one. A bit like this one. This one's been entertaining as well. West Brom not playing like they've got much to lose. Great stream, great commentary, thank you very much. What's my name? Zach's my name, if you're interested. I have said that before, that's nothing new. Zach is my name. I do that at least 10 times a stream. I'm always holding the pen. Just to kind of, I don't know, just something to hold. I always drop it, it's so annoying. But, like I said, well done to Manchester City as well for winning the League Cup final against Tottenham. They were pretty dominant for the whole game. Tottenham really didn't create much. I know there'll be cause for debate if Laporte should have been on the pitch, but at the end of the day, he scored the winning goal. And you've also got to look at it as well as, if Laporte was given a yellow card for that first challenge, would he have done that challenge, which got him the other yellow card, if you know what I mean? If he was already on a yellow, I doubt he would have made that kind of challenge. So you can kind of see it that way, but well done City, 4 in a row now in terms of League Cups. So, fair play to them. Fair play to them. But West Brom as well, they've got another derby coming up. They've got Wolves to play as well after this one. So, big game for West Brom if they want to try and stay in the Premier League. Will it be hard to do so? Yes, it will. It seems a little unlikely. If they draw this game, then they'll be on 25 points, 9 points behind Brighton in 17th, and 11 points behind Newcastle in 16th. So, with 5 games to go after today, I'll find it hard to believe that they'll do well. Yeah, thanks to everyone who's in. I know it's half time, but just make sure if you do leave that you do come back for the second half. It'll be about 8 o'clock. The game will start again, so about 8 minutes time, 10 minutes time, it'll start again. So if you do leave, just make sure you come back. If you've got any questions, let me know. And we also, as well, we have found out the Championship playoff teams. They have all been confirmed today with certain results, and I am very much looking forward to doing some Championship playoff commentaries when they come about. Obviously, I know the playoffs aren't soon, but they're close. And we found out who are in the playoffs. It is Brentford, Bournemouth, Swansea, Barnsley. So I'll probably do maybe Bournemouth v Swansea, both legs of that playoff. I think that'd be a good one to do. Or I might do Brentford, Barnsley, who knows, but I'm excited for that. We've got Euros to come up as well. I'll be doing a few commentaries there. And when the Euros comes about in about 45 days time now. And we've got Champions League semi-finals to come out. I won't commentate the Champions League final because the Champions League final is live on YouTube, so there's really no need for me to do a commentary, and I'd just rather watch the game as well. But if it was just on BT Sport and not on YouTube, then I would commentate on it, depending on the teams that were in it. But because it's on YouTube, you can literally watch the game on YouTube. You don't need my commentary, so that's why. Some big ones coming up, and we've got the Premier League season to finish off as well, so make sure you subscribe. Very much worthwhile. Some of the games coming up. Oh, time is still going on. Sorry. Not in the 53rd minute. But I think Sam Allardyce will definitely be the more happier of the managers going in at half time. His team did concede a sloppy penalty, but as soon as that penalty went in, they seemed to flick a bit of a switch really and turn it on a little bit and started being a bit more aggressive and a bit more courageous in attacking, and kind of put Aston Villa under the cosh a little bit. But Villa did try and also cause some attacks of their own. Some of them not as dangerous as others, but in the end we have got it 1-1, and I'm sure we'll have a great second half. Other commentaries coming up if you're interested, if I need to give you any more reason to subscribe. Obviously we've got Villa West Brom today, which I can tick off. Fantastic. Then we've got Real Madrid Chelsea, Brighton Leeds, and then we've got the second leg of Chelsea versus Real Madrid, and then we've got another Sunday game, so this time in about 2 weeks, I'd say. Let's have, is it 2 weeks? Yep, this time, 2 weeks, 7 o'clock Sunday night, we've got Arsenal versus West Brom again. So we're back for another West Brom commentary. So if you know any West Brom fans and they need to commentary or anything, or just a commentary if they don't like BT Sports commentaries, then send them over here, get them to subscribe. But yeah, just having a look at that Maitland-Niles penalty again, just using a bit of footwork, and I thought it was, well, to be fair, Conte held him a little bit, and he also kicked his foot. If you just zoom in on the challenge, you can just see him clip his foot, and that's why the penalty was given, and then dispatched beautifully by Matheus Pereira. Martinez nearly got there, to be fair, with his right arm, but too much power on it in the end for Emi Martinez, and West Brom were the ones that got this game back in the balance. So, like I said, well deserved. They have, as soon as that penalty went in for Villa, they did switch on a little bit more. That first 10 minutes, they were a little slow. Not really in the game, but from that penalty, like I said, that Yokoslu header from the free kick just before that went to the far post, that was just wide. And then Pereira is absolutely skimming Douglas Luiz down that left, pulling it across to Maitland-Niles. He struck it, saved by Martinez. So they've had some chances, and they've had about 3 long throw-ins. They've had that crossbar hit by Pereira. So after a slow 10 minutes, they picked it up, they got a penalty, they got back in the game, and they kept going. They didn't just stop thinking, oh, we're back in it now, let's go back to defending a little bit more. They went, no, we're going to keep attacking, keep going at Villa, and they caused them some problems, and you could say they may have just looked the slightly better team towards the end of that half in the end. So Villa have got to really switch it on if they want to make the top half of the Premier League for this season. Obviously, Europe is still a possibility, but they are trailing behind 7th by what would be 8 points if they drew this game. But they do have a game in hand on Tottenham, who are 7th, but Everton are in 8th with a game in hand, who are on 52 points. Sorry about that. It scared me, that. Yeah, 11th. I think for Aston Villa, I think a great finish would be 9th, 10th, or 11th. You know, the top 8 of big clubs in this country have done really well, and after last season finishing just outside the relegation zone, where literally they had to wait on the other results to see if they actually survived, I think it's a great season if they finish 11th, 10th. Yes, they had a great start to the season. They won a lot of I think they won like their first 5 games, Aston Villa, of the season, and you know they started positively, but then January hit, COVID hit, you know, then the Jack Grealish injury, so things just didn't really play into the hands of Villa. That's why I think they've struggled recently. That COVID outbreak, they then didn't really get going again until I don't think they've even got back going again since January, really, and the Grealish injury. So it's just been a bit unlucky, but Villa fans have got to look at it as a big step forward. You know, 10th place around there they could finish, and then next season maybe bring in a few more players, and then they could be thinking more of European football. So definitely not a bad finish, 10th, even though Europe was looking like a possibility, but maybe not now. Like I said, they can't take many negatives from the season. They've been fantastic throughout the whole. Obviously, COVID hitting wasn't great. Jack Grealish injury wasn't great. But those things happen in football, and you got to live with it, really. Second half will be starting in just around 2 minutes' time for the second half, which was an end-to-end game. I must admit, it's a great game to watch so far. West Brom really going at it, and Villa having to try and find some solutions to combat this West Brom attacking play. You know, not going for this stupid, oh, we're in the bottom 3, let's just defend 3 at the back and 5 at the back. So, you know, they've gone for 4 at the back. They've got Furlong forward on the right. Townsend not as much on the left, but has got forward occasionally from left back. And, you know, Gallagher's been good on that right. Pereira drifting from left to right and down the middle. Just need a bit more from Robinson on the left. Not really got him in the game as much, but that's the same for Townsend at left back. And I think Diagne just needs to do a little bit better up front as well. Not winning too many flick-ons. Ezri Konsa and Mings are dealing with him pretty well. So if he could maybe do a bit of an improvement, then we could really see a West Brom win. It would be 3 wins in their last 4. They beat Chelsea 5-2 away. They beat Southampton 3-0 at home. Yes, they lost to Leicester. Pretty poor performance in the end. But 3 wins out of 4, it's kind of the best you can do when you're at the bottom, trying to get out of the bottom 3. So, you know, they're giving it a good fight. Will they get out of this relegation zone? I personally can't see it. But, you know, miracles happen in this league. And it's just a matter of fact if West Brom can pull one off under Sam Allardyce. Funnily enough, about Sam Allardyce, he's not actually never won a trophy in his managerial career. Never won a trophy. The only honour you can technically link him to is the fact he has never been relegated as a Premier League manager, and obviously that's after many seasons in the Premier League under different clubs. He's managed likes of Bolton, Newcastle, Blackburn, West Ham, Sunderland, Everton as well, England for one game, I think, or was it 2 games? Now West Brom. So a lot of experience. Never been relegated, nearly, many times, but not yet. But this could be the season where he does end up going down as a Premier League manager. Big second half underway for both teams. Villa to try and implement a top half finish, and West Brom need the 3 points if they want any chance of surviving the drop. But like I said, big games all coming for the end of the season. Like I said, we've got the end of the Premier League to see out. We've got the Championship playoffs to watch, and I'll be commentating on some of them. Never done a Championship game. I've done a few Championship teams. Bournemouth against Southampton in the FA Cup, but never really done Championship commentaries. I want to try and do more of them next year, if possible. You know, we've got the Champions League to finish, the two semi-final legs. So big ending to the season on this channel and in football in general. Let's hope we get some absolute stormers of games, and I hopefully choose the right games to commentate on. Just give me 2 seconds. Just got to do something. Sorry, I just had to sort something out there. But the teams are back out for the second half. Let's hope we get a similar game, bit of end-to-end stuff. Aston Villa's next game is on Saturday. Late kick-off, 8 o'clock against Everton away. So that's another good game, to be fair, to look forward to if you're a Aston Villa fan. But your main focus is on this one. It's a West Midlands derby. It's an important game. Every derby's a big game. Like I said, really, form goes out of the window for derbies because anything can happen because everyone's up for it when it's rivalries coming together for a game of football. You know, the religious, the prestigious, the historic derbies that, you know, that Super League tried to take away, you know, the meaning of. Both teams just getting ready now for the second half of this game. Who will come out on top? We're currently 1-1 with 2 penalties, one by El Ghazi, one by Pereira. Few chances for Villa, more chances for West Brom, or definitely more dangerous chances, hitting the crossbar, a header just wide of the post, a good save by Martinez. So West Brom will fancy their chances if they can keep this going. Sam Allardyce definitely would have just said more of the same. This comes out, obviously, you know, a bit extravagantly chewing the chewing gum, as he always does. Sir Alex Ferguson, you know, he always used to be chewing the chewing gum. About to go underway for West Brom, kicking right to left, Villa left to right. They've played it back to Ajayi, over to Kyle Bartley, the captain, on his left foot, sends it down the line, up towards Robinson, header won by El Mohammadi, lifted in the air by Douglas Luiz, chested down by Diagne to Gallagher. Played it back to Yokoslu, over to Diagne on the left, and it finds him. He brings it down and goes towards the byline where Robinson tries to get beyond Luiz, sees it out nicely, the central midfielder, and a goal kick for Aston Villa it is. So we are back underway in this game. They're just showing Sam Allardyce there, and it's lifted by Mings over the top, trying to find Bertrand Traore, but the ball's ended up going all the way over to Sam Johnston in between the sticks for West Brom. Sam Johnston did spend about a year and a half, or a season and a half, at Aston Villa in between 2017 and 2018. He played 70 games for Aston Villa. keeping 30 clean sheets before joining West Brom in 2018 from Manchester United. As he lifts the ball towards Diagne. Now to Maitland-Niles. Can't get beyond Tyrone Mings and cleared away by El Mohammadi. Up towards Watkins. Can't bring it down. Forced to Bartley, who turns and plays it forward to Gallagher. Back to Bartley. Over to Townsend, who can't go forward, so he'll play back to Johnston. Former Villa man. Cleared first time, looking for Robinson in behind. Well brought down by Conter, but he slipped and Diagne gets onto it. He's got options, or will he go on his own? Diagne shoots, deflected by Mings beyond Martinez. And we've got off to a rapid start in this second half. As Diagne bags his third goal for West Brom in the game against Aston Villa. The big target man pounced on the error of Conser, who also gave away the penalty. It's been a bit of a miserable day for Ezri Conser. But West Brom won't mind because that means they're 2-1 up against Aston Villa. From 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Ezri Konsa brought it down nicely but just slipped. Allowed Diagne to get in. He had options to his right. Decided instead to go on his own. And as Mings has tried to block the shot, it's come off the bottom of his foot beyond Emi Martinez. Will it be Diagne's goal? We're going to have to see. I think it was going on target. I think we'll get the better view here. Latches onto it. Let's have a look. Ooh, could be going wide. I think we'll just have to wait and see. At the minute, it's a Diagne goal, but could definitely be a Mings' own goal. We'll just have to see. So Ezri Konsa having a mare today. Gives away the penalty. Gives away the ball for the second. And it's a Tyrone Mings' own goal. So no goal for Mbaye Diagne. He's going to have to stay on 2 goals for West Brom, but great play from him to pounce on the mistake and get the shot away. Yes, it was not his goal. It was deflecting. It was going wide, but doesn't matter. They got in the right position, picked up the ball in the right area, and they're ahead. It's 2-1. It's Tyrone Mings' own goal. And West Brom, after being 1-0 down after 10 minutes to an El Ghazi penalty, they're now 2-1 up. Just 3.5 minutes after half-time. Ball's been lifted towards El Ghazi on the left. Good tackle by Furlong to stop El Ghazi getting a cross in. He's conceded a corner. Ezri Konsa has scored a few goals this season. He scored 2, like I said before, against Sheffield United and Brighton. So, could Ezri Konsa, after making 2 costly mistakes, could he maybe make up for it in some way by scoring a goal? Getting Aston Villa back on level terms. As the cross does go in towards the near post, headed away by Diagne. Looks for his target on the edge. Chests it down and goes over to Louise. Now back over to Barkley, the corner taker, on the wrong wavelength. Barkley was going back. Douglas Hughes tried to play it forward, and they clashed in their ideas, and out for a throw, and it goes for West Brom. Enjoying the commentary, sat outside my room at 2:07. I presume that's in the morning. Girlfriend fast asleep, fair enough. I'm a fan outside. It's hard to put the aircon on in my room. To be fair, it's getting quite warm where I am as well, and the sun is still shining at 8 o'clock. It's great to see. It's great to see. El Ghazi got it. It's Louise. Over to El Mohammadi. Got Traore in support. He's got Barkley with him. He'll use Traore. Bit of a heavy pass. Just about keeps it in though. Traore on the far right. Well played by the if I could say it, that'd be great. The Burkina Faso player. It's now Tyrone Mings, the own goal scorer. They play in both playoff matches, Tyrone Mings, in the 2018-19 season between these two sides. It was back in 2019 the games were played. Barkley has it on the edge. Tries to work it over to the opposite side, but it's been blocked off by Yokoshlu. It's now Gallagher. He finds Pereira on the right. He's up against Tyrone Mings. He's going to go for a pass across, and he's going to look for Robinson. Nearly finds him, but El Mohammadi will get there first and let it back into Martinez. And he'll clear first time. But yeah, they play each other in the playoffs, and Villa did end up proceeding and going through on penalties 5-4. Maitland-Niles has got it. Villa's lost the ball. He tries to shoot, blocked. Mings tries to get it away. It's now with Traore. Tries to dribble past Townsend. Strong challenge from the left back, and he wins it back fairly. He works it to Robinson on the left. Like I said, not really being involved too much today, Robinson, but he gets a strike away, and it's an easy save for Martinez on the Robinson shot down low to his right-hand side. Every time I try and look at my notes to say something, someone's lost the ball. But yeah, Mings did play in both those playoff games. They did proceed to win against West Brom and Derby in the playoff final, and then obviously last season they played in the Premier League because of that win in the playoffs. They stayed in the league and they're looking to build on that as Louise sloppily gives it away. And it's now Maitland-Niles. Forward to Diagne. Has to hold it up back to goal. He's allowed to turn as he worked away from Louise and then sends it down the right-hand side where no one's there. And it will just fall all the way over to Emi Martinez in the Aston Villa goal. The man who did spend 6 loan spells when he was at Arsenal. One of them was in Spain with Getafe in the 2017-18 season. All the others were in and around England in the Championship. Now Mohamedi over to Ezri Konsa, the man who is costing Aston Villa at the moment. Just in this game, he's been fantastic all season, Ezri Konsa. But just today, he's having a little bit of a shocking game, you could say. Barkley on the left. Goes inside, finds Watkins, tries to backheel it back towards Ross Barkley, but it's Furlong who picks it up, lays it back off to his keeper, who then sends it long up towards Diagne, who can't win the header on Mings. He's been pushed over on the halfway line, and the free kick to West Brom it is. Where are you based? I'm not answering that question. You don't need to know where I'm based. It's not your problem, mate. But Diagne, he struggled to get in the game in the first half, like I said, just during half time, but from the start of this second half, he's just slowly and gradually started to get on the ball a bit more, being a bit more confident when challenging the likes of Ezri Konsa and Mings aerially. And he should feel confident. He's 6'4", the Senegalese striker. Furlong, who does slip while taking it, but still gets the length on it over to Bartley, who then flicks it on towards Robinson, who's had to retreat the ball from the corner flag, gets onto his right foot, crosses, cleared away by Konsa, gets a bit of length on it, only as far as Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Over to Robinson again. First time ball around the corner. Finds Kyle Bartley in behind. Is he onside? He plays it across the goal and no one's there for West Brom. Flag stays down. What a chance. Diagne was too slow and wasn't there to finish it as Kyle Bartley put in a great ball. The centre-back. The man who's making his 100th West Brom appearance. The man born from Stockport. Kyle Bartley. That should have been 3. Someone should have committed. A bit like Watkins in the first half. He had a similar chance where Traore put the ball right across goal and he wasn't there. And the same again with Diagne's target's been brought down by Gallagher late as they look to proceed forward down that left. And it's going to be a booking for Conor Gallagher. No surprise he's been booked there, Conor Gallagher, because so far this season, West Brom have had 42 yellow cards before today, and 8 of them was with Gallagher, who's picked up the most yellows for West Brom. So it says it all there, Gallagher. Swipes out target, quite a dangerous challenge, and like I said, currently has the most yellow cards for West Brom this season. Was on 8, now on 9 with that. They just worked it to the left there, Aston Villa with target, and he looked to bomb down the left, and as he attempted to try and let off that bomb with a cross, he's just been absolutely swiped out by Conor Gallagher. But they'll get a free kick for all their troubles, and it's not shooting chance, it's right on the far left, quite far out actually, but it'll be a prime area to get a left-footed cross in here with Target, or maybe a right-footed Barkley cross. See what they can do. Target, left-footed, flicked on by El Mohamedi, and he's nearly fell towards Konsa. It goes all the way through for a goal kick. Aston Villa getting closer. Another good ball by Target. He's put a few good crosses in today. Matt Target, a few of them from corners, but on the near post, he got the flick on by El Mohamedi, and Konsa couldn't quite get near the end of it on the edge of the box, or on the far side of the box. And despite dominating possession, Aston Villa with 67%. It's West Brom in the lead, and I'd say rightly so. I think West Brom's just been the slightly better team in the overall scheme of the game. Johnston sends it to the left-hand side. Header won by Diagne. Not as far as Robinson. It has gone out of play, but at least he's winning those flick-ons, Diagne. And it's now back with Aston Villa as they did have the throw-in. Worked over to the left to Target. Forced all the way to Martinez in the Villa goal. Forward to Mings. More space to drive forward with the ball. Tyrone Mings, the own goal scorer. Zips it inside to Target. Now back over to the left to Ross Barkley. Now back through towards Target. Going to try and get a cross in, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles doesn't allow it as he slides across to block the cross. And it's a corner kick again for Aston Villa. 11 minutes into the second half. It's another great game we've got on our hands here. And we've already had one goal with Mings directing Diagne's shot into the back of the net. And we've also had some attacks from Villa as well. So the reverse fixture was 3-0 to Aston Villa, and it's quite a dominant performance in Sam Allardyce's first game as West Brom manager. But this is showing some real character of West Brom as Barkley puts it in towards Konsa. Barkley does win the header all the way over to the far end of the box where Ajayi picks it up and doesn't quite keep it in. And it's a throw for Aston Villa on the far right hand side. It'll be Al Mohammadi to take the Egyptian, making his 195th appearance in the Premier League. Al Mohammadi. Konsa back to Al Mohammadi. Towards the halfway line where it's Tyrone Mings, the number 5. Has been sent off this season at Villa Park, and it was against Crystal Palace. Picked up 2 bookings to be sent off in that game. Target. Back inside to Douglas Luiz. Dribbling forward. Goes over to McGinn. Luiz. The left back Target. It's Luiz again. Pressured by Diagne. Works away from the striker and finds El Ghazi. Can he complete a 1-2? No, he can't, but he just about touches out wide left to Target. He's got a chance for a cross. He'll put it in to Watkins. 1 touch and a layoff to Barkley, who takes a touch and strikes it across, and it's deflected and just wide. Barkley, the captain, putting his body on the line to block it, and it just went past the right-hand sided post. Well, the keeper's right-hand side post, looking towards it, the left, and he drilled it across goal. Barkley towards the far corner. It took a deflection en route to the goal, and wide it goes. Corner kicker with Barkley, who got the corner, and he'll be the one to take it. In swinger. Good ball in, but Diagne's there to head it away, as far as Luiz, who helps it back into the box, where Furlong will let this run for a goal kick in the end, as I think the person it was aimed towards was coming back from an offside position, so it allowed Furlong to sit out for a goal kick. And West Brom survive another Villa corner. Before the reverse fixture, the 3-0, we've had a 1-0 to West Brom in the Championship playoff. Then we had a 2-1 to Villa, where Dwight Gale scored for West Brom in that game, and Tammy Abraham scored a penalty for Aston Villa. Shows how times have changed. Then a 2-2 before that, where El Ghazi scored 2. El Ghazi, who did score the penalty for Villa, does love a goal against West Brom. Scored 2 in the game earlier on in the season, and two in a game in the Championship, as Traore's burst away here on the edge of the box. On his left foot, lays it over to El Ghazi, who looks for another goal against West Brom, deflects over the bar, and a corner kick for Aston Villa again. Thanks everyone who's here. 14 people's here, 14 likes. Make sure you subscribe. Next commentary, Chelsea taking on Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final, 8 o'clock Tuesday. Make sure you're here. Make sure you subscribe. It's well worth it. It really is, and it helps me out massively. Yeah, El Ghazi, 2 in a game that ended 2-2 at West Brom Stadium in the 2018-19 Championship season, and then 2 in the 2020-2021 Premier League season, and then another one today. Target will in-swing this ball in, headed away by Bartley towards the edge of the box, where Pereira will try and chest it down towards Maitland-Niles, who does end up picking it up from McGinn, but gives it away to Mings, who then pokes it back to Douglas Luiz, who lifts it towards Watkins on the left, brings it down, and finds El Ghazi, the main Villa man against West Brom, works a left-footed cross into towards the back post, where a Target goes for it, doesn't win it, but then forced to El Mohammadi. Great save to his right by Johnston, and it needs to be cleared by Maitland-Niles as he gets beyond Watkins, but not El Ghazi. And it's now back with Barkley as Villa are now sustaining the pressure. Over to El Mohammadi, who just came close then. Inside it goes to Barkley. Without Grealish, Villa are struggling to create much. Like I said, 1 win in the last 7 Premier League games. They want to change that. Inside to Watkins in the box, back to goal, tackled by Ajayi, forced to Yokoslu. He's been challenged by Watkins and fouled, says Stuart Atwell, and a free kick for West Brom on the edge of their box, as once again they can just relieve the pressure that they're currently under. But they're seeing it out well, West Brom. Defending well. Good shot though there by El Mohammadi, who has already scored 6 Premier League goals in his career when playing for the likes of Hull. and Aston Villa. Doesn't score often, El Mohammadi for Aston Villa. Has only got 4 for the club. And his last goal came last season, 24th of June, in a 1-1 draw away at Newcastle. He was the one who did get the equaliser in that game, so it would have been the same here, getting the equaliser. Martinez has got it for Villa in their 6-yard area. Now to the main man now, who's currently been involved. El Mohammadi gallops into the West Brom half and goes inside to McGinn. He looks dangerous, looks threatful. John McGinn on the edge of the box. Gets it onto his left. Then gets it to Barkley. To Traore in the box, the former Chelsea player. Onto his right hand side. He shoots off the post. Goal kick. Bertrand Traore, who went the long way round down the right hand side. Got a shot away on his weak foot. Really tight angle. I'm surprised. I would have been very surprised if that had gone in. But he did clap to the post. And a goal kick it is. I'm impressed with your knowledge of football. Send your CV to Blind Star Sports, even Sky and BT. I mean, I can't yet because I'm not really looking for a... Well, I mean, if it came to me, I wouldn't say no, but in the future, I definitely will be looking at them. Can't we donate? No, unfortunately. How many subscribers do I need? I think I need 1,000, I think, for donations. So, unfortunately not, but the fact that you asked is quite nice, so thank you. Hey man, I just need Douglas Luiz to be yellow carded for 500 quid. Well, Douglas Luiz, I don't think he's been yellow carded already. No, he hasn't. But Douglas Luiz will probably get yellow carded. He's joint most this season with 7 alongside Target and McGinn for Villa. So he is one of the more likely players for Villa to get yellow carded. So that looks promising. Barkley brings it away for Villa. He's got Traore, who just came close there on the ball. Left-footed cross. It's deep towards El Ghazi at the back post. Furlong heads it only as far as El Ghazi, who has to work towards the corner flag. Back to target. El Ghazi. Over to Mings, who's right near the edge of the box now, the centre-back. Lays it back off to El Ghazi. Inside to McGinn. One touch and released to El Mohammadi. Now to Watkins, who holds it up, back to goal, is allowed to turn, release shoot, tries to get beyond Bartley, has he been caught on the edge? No, he hasn't, and he's been challenged, and West Brom can try and bring it away with Robinson. Switches it to the right-hand side to Mateus Pereira. Being pressured by Mings, but works it away from the centre-back and finds Yakoşlu. Turkish international tries to find a pass, comes off El Mohammadi, and then thankfully for him, it falls right back to him. It's not Ajayi. Inside to Pereira, inside the West Brom half, so playing a little bit deeper. Looks for a ball in behind on the left towards Maitland-Niles. Doesn't get towards him in the end. It's caught out by the head of El Mohammadi. Headed back to Martinez, who throws it towards target on the left, and he brings it down as Villa looks to come at West Brom again. They're starting to pick up the upper hand in this game, Aston Villa, despite being 2-1 down, but poor that from El Ghazi. He's lost it looking for Barkley, and it's now with Yakoşlu in the midfield. Forward it goes. Can't quite find Maitland-Niles or Diagne. It's back with Villa now with Mings. Forward to El Ghazi. The pass gets beyond Gallagher, who's sliding towards it. Now back to Konsa. Over to El Mohammadi. Forward to Traore. One-on-one with Connor Townsend, the left back of West Brom. Can he take him on? No, decides not to and goes inside to McGinn. Switches on towards target. He's lifted it towards the left back. It'll go towards him and he brings it down, but he's been met by the challenger Pereira, who wins it and brings it away for West Brom. Great play by the winger. Now to Diagne. Over to Yakoşlu. Diagne again, back to goal, so he's got to play it back to Conor Gallagher. Over to Furlong. Long clearance down the channel, can't quite find any of the West Brom runners, and it's gone all the way back to Aston Villa now as they look to try and win the 22nd time these two teams have met in the Premier League. Watkins on the turn, gets beyond Kyle Bartley and distributes the ball out wide right to Traore. In the box, on his left foot, tries to bend it towards the far corner, and wide it goes. And by quite some way, it goes quite wide by Bertrand Traore. Scored a similar goal in the reverse game, Traore, which he did score in. It was a nice placed shot from him on the right-hand side, cutting onto his left and just placing it into the far corner. That time, he didn't place it, he tried to just whip it towards that far corner, but wasn't good enough in the end. But Callum Robinson has really struggled to get into the game today. Has been quite influential recently for West Brom. Callum Robinson scoring 2 against Chelsea, and and won against Southampton as well in recent wins. Not quite used that left-hand side, West Brom, as much as the right, so he's been a bit isolated. So he'll be replaced by Matt Phillips. Callum Robinson has scored 4 against Chelsea this season. Scored 2 home, 2 away. In a 3-3 draw and a 5-2 win. As John's towards the left, Diagne does flick it on as far as Louise. Goes back to Mings. Turns Gallagher just about Tyrone Mings. If he'd lost it there, then it was Gallagher on a one-on-one with Martinez. But he got away with it. Sorry for any buffering there, experienced. My OBS did just cut out there, so I do apologise. Sorry about that. Well, Villa have just picked up, I think, a free kick here for a bit of a push there by Furlong. They've taken it quickly anyway. And Chevrolet Consa. Thanks for all the likes though. It's been fantastic for likes today. Al Mohammedi. Back to Louise. As West Brom's attacking side of their game today, I think, has come to an end because they're just sitting back now defending what they've got. But can't take away anything from their first half performance. It was fantastic after conceding. They really switched it on, and Villa weren't good enough, and they've not really been good enough as well in this half, Villa. Mings striding forward. Lays it off to El Ghazi on the left. On his right foot, passes it back to McGinn. Forward looking for target, cut out and slid away. Up towards Diagne, lays it off to Maitland-Niles. Counter-attacking footballs the way forward for West Brom, but they've lost it with Maitland-Niles in that midfield. Louise brings it away, again on their left. Looking to exploit the West Brom defence. McGinn. Barkley laid off to Louise. First time ball to Traore. Tries to find Barkley inside. It deflects all the way to Watkins in the end. On the right. Can he work a shot? Yes, he can. Blocked by Townsend and will fall to Sam Johnston. And West Brom survive again. This win would put them on 27 points. If I'm correct, they would be 7 points away from the drop. Yep. Brighton on 34 points. And they've all played 33 games. Be on the same points as Fulham as well. Fulham and West Brom both on 27, and then the closest is Brighton in 17th with 34, so they would be 7 points away. So you never know. You never know in this Premier League. Still 5 games to play after this. McGinn plays it forward to Watkins. He's onside. He's been set away. He's left Townsend in the dust, and he shoots it, and it's right at Johnston. And what a save. Really, really poor from Watkins. What a chance. I can't believe he's not scored there. McGinn sent him away on the right-hand side. Like I said, he left down Townsend in the dust. The ball was sent forward. The header was won by Mings to McGinn, who just sent it down the right channel where there was loads of room in. Watkins... Sorry again, the internet's gone again. I mean, the YouTube. So I'm sorry again. Oh well, here's what it is. Nothing's happened though, nothing's happened. Ball sent forward. Sam Johnston lets it go. Goal kick for West Brom. I think it's my internet though, some of it. But just under 20 minutes to go, plus added on time. Watkins there, ruined that chance. He should have scored. Poor in the end. It was right out of Johnston. He didn't really have to do much, Johnston, in the end. As Watkins has scored against West Brom once last season for Brentford in a 1-0 win. But couldn't score there. As Johnson sends it towards the left. Bertrand Traore wins the header forward for Villa. Met by Bartley, who sends it back to where it came from, and it falls to Diagne off Ezri Konsa. Plays it forward to Matt Phillips, the substitute. He plays it across to Pereira, who takes it in his stride, but is stopped by Matt Target, who ends up clearing it out for a corner. And West Brom have pushed up the pitch now and can try and score from the set piece and really take the game away from Villa. Yeah, the buffering I'll try and sort out for next stream. I'll bring a cable in from my computer to the internet, see if that makes a difference. Because it is happening too often and I don't know why. It shouldn't be. Like I said, thanks to everyone who's here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It just helps out massively, like you don't even believe. Gallagher it is to take an in-swinging corner. Matt Phillips did replace Callum Robinson before, I think I forgot to mention. Crossed in, and it comes off the post and onto the crossbar and out for a corner. Ezri Konsa again. Absolute madness. It was whipped in by Gallagher to the far post, and Konsa, for some reason, his mind decides to head it towards goal. It comes off the post and I think tipped behind by Martinez. Yeah, Konsa, who heads it the wrong way, and it was ended up having to be tipped over the bar by Martinez. It came off the post. Unbelievable. Another corner, another win swinger. Pereira from the opposite side, crossed in, flicked on and headed away by Konsa. Right in the air where it'll be headed again by Furlong towards the far post. Bartley back in, met by the hand of Martinez. Falls to Phillips, who tries to turn and shoot, but there's been a free kick given for Villa for offside. What chances from two corners. Great flick on by Furlong. Header won by Konsa. Then Furlong headed it back in again towards the far post where it met by Bartley, but he was the man offside, Bartley, in the end. And that's why the play was stopped. But Konsa giving away a penalty, slipping for the second goal and nearly scoring an own goal. That would have been a hat-trick to forget by Konsa. Like I said, he's been so solid for all the games he's played this season, all the 30 he's played. But today he's just had an off day, and it's cost Villa at this point as they will be leaving this game with 0 points. As El Mohammedi's been brought forward, gets it to Watkins, back to Douglas Luiz. Ezri Konsa, forward to Barkley, dropped deep for the ball. McGinn turns, plays it forward to El Ghazi. Bit of room for El Ghazi on the edge. Plays it across the target. We'll get a ball in and it's deflected onto the side netting. Corner for Aston Villa. Furlong, who's had a great game today. Been really impressed with the right back. He's stopped another target cross from entering the box into a dangerous area and has instead conceded the corner kick. Barkley to take. We've had a lot of crazy moments from corners in this game. We'll get another one. Barkley, right-footed, in-swinging ball, play it short to Traore, and lays it back into Barkley, who dinks it in with the left foot towards Ezri Konsa, but it's collected by Sam Johnston, and West Brom again survive. "15 minutes to go, plus added on time. The game has almost been as good as the stream. I think you've been harsh there. I think the stream's been a lot better. Bit of a cheeky comment. Mings helps it back forward as Sam Johnston cleared. Back to West Brom though, as they couldn't keep it with Aston Villa, but neither could West Brom. Mings with the ball. El Mohammedi. Switch over to target. Got to him, nods it down to El Ghazi. Solid defensive performance here by West Brom, really has been. Inside to Barkley, first time to Watkins, can't get it first time to Barkley, and it's been picked up by Conor Gallagher, and West Brom can break. Oh, what a ball over the top by Gallagher by his left foot. Phillips is in behind on the left. In the final third, one-on-one with Konsa, lays it off to the edge to Pereira, who decides to strike it first time, and it's saved by Martinez. It needed to be saved with a strong left hand, and it was by the Argentine, and West Brom coming ever so close to a third. They look more likely to score than Villa, and they're barely attacking now, West Brom. Great from Phillips, laid it off to the edge of the box to Pereira, with his left foot, generated all the power he could, and as he struck it towards goal, it was met by the strong left-hander Martinez, and we are still at 2-1 in this game. Looking at that Konsa header before, as he tried to head it away, he directs it instead to goal, comes off the inside of the post and tipped behind by Martinez. He's looking for something not the same at all, because that was so close by Konsa. Hat-trick of mistakes. As Pereira will clip it towards the edge of the box now to Maitland-Niles, who will bring it down with a heavy touch, and it'll be tackled by El Mohammedi. Counter-attack on. He clears it away up towards Watkins on the left, lays it down to Traore. Can he get away from Yokoshlu? No, he can't. It's a tactical foul by the Turkish international, and that will be a yellow card for Yokoshlu. Stuart Atwell has to bring out the book there to put the name down of Akai Yokoshlu. Like I said before, the man from Celta Vigo. been at Celta Vigo for 3 years now, and deciding to join West Brom for the last 4 or 5 months of the season. Target to take the free kick. It'll just be launched into the box, I think. I think we've got another change here. Yes, Douglas Luiz. Sorry for that guy if you're still here. He's got a bet on Luiz. He's gone off. And Jacob Ramsey on. Oh, come on. This is doing my head in. Seriously. Sorry that he keeps cutting out. He's doing my head in. 32-41. No idea why it's kept doing this. I will get this sorted for the next stream, don't worry. This never usually happens this often. I've got a way of trying to fix it, so don't worry about that. We've got a corner though with Ross Barkley, who glides it in towards Conser, who does win the header, easy save for Johnston. That free kick from target resulted in the corner. So from the free kick they won a corner, and then that corner's resulted in Sam Johnson having the ball for West Brom. As they will hold on to it for as long as he can, Sam Johnston. And he sends it long up towards Diagne, but he constantly to head it forward towards McGinn. Heavy touch, but he's got away from Conor Gallagher, who slipped. And now he's gone calmly over to Matt Target on the left. Forward to El Ghazi, Villa goal scorer for today's game. Inside towards Barkley, can't take it in his stride. And he pushes Akai Yokoshlu over. And a free kick it'll be for Aston, for West Brom. Unfortunate play there by Aston Villa. Got forward nicely, but the heavy Ross Barkley touch meant it went out the reach of his own body, and he couldn't quite take it in control. But yeah, look at this. Ezri Konsa tried to head it away, came off the top of his head towards goal, came off the post, and Martinez was just able to push it over the bar for another corner before absolutely mental goalkeeping. Sam Johnson over to the West Brom left, flicked on by Townsend to Matt Phillips, into the striker Diagne. Brought down by Jacob Ramsey, the substitute, and a free kick it is for West Brom as the minutes tick away, as they get closer to 3 points and 7 points away from the drop, and on the same points as Fulham in 18th place. It will be their 6th win. 5 of them coming under Sam Allardyce. Pereira takes far out, so he'll just clip it into the box. Matheus Pereira towards Diagne, but headed away by Mings. Helped back in towards by Maitland-Niles. Lifted in by Diagne. Cleared away though by Target, and it now forced to Traore, but I think a free kick it was on Target as he went to clear it by Ajayi, so just pulled it back. Take it quickly to McGinn. Forward through towards Bertrand Traore, cut out by Semi Ajayi, only as far as Traore, who then finds Barkley. Forward to El Ghazi on the left. Works onto his right foot in the box. To the edge to Jacob Ramsey. Now over to El Mohammadi. McGinn from far out decides to strike it himself, and wide it goes. McGinn with a speculative strike, you could say. With 2 goals this season. One of them coming against Manchester City in their last game when he scored within 20 seconds. Also assisted the game before that when they played Liverpool. Looks like Villa's going to make another change. It's going to be Keenan Davis to come on. The 23-year-old striker has been at the club since 2015, signed from Biggleswade. He's made 80 senior appearances and scored only 5 times for Aston Villa. So he'll be coming on soon. I think he's going to replace Ross Barkley. Yes, he will. Ross Barkley not quite making everything tick in the second half. He did win the penalty for Aston Villa, but other than that, struggled to really create much for Villa. So striker Keenan Davis is on. So Gallagher nods it down to Yokoshlu. Tries to go forward down the West Brom left, but it goes out of play for a throw in as El Mohammadi looks to take quick, and he throws it to McGinn. Back over to El Mohammadi. Jacob Ramsey. Nice skill to get beyond Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and then gets it over to the left to El Ghazi. Even further left to Matt Target. Inside, finds Keenan Davies. Lays it off, looking for Watkins in behind. Will he get towards it? He will. He'll put it across goal to Traore. Just too much on it, and he'll have to keep the ball within his own spell as he gets it over to Mohamedi. Poor cross. Fluffs his lines. And it's gone over to Gallagher, who clears for a throw-in for for Aston Villa. What a chance, though. Great play by Davies to find Watkins in behind, and a good cross by Watkins, but again, no one there at the far post to tap it in. Traore eventually got there, but got there when the chance had gone. He's got it again, Traore. Keenan Davies finds it in the box, takes on the turn and strikes with the left foot. Weak shot, easy save again for Sam Johnston. Mohamedi got it, found Traore, went inside to Davies, took a nice turn there away from Bartley and worked a left-footed strike and nearly scored his second goal of the season. His only other goal came in the EFL Cup this season, or the Carabao Cup, yet to score in the Premier League in his career. As Semi Ajayi heads it forward for West Brom. Diagne helps it towards Pereira, who gets it beyond target and will run at the Aston Villa defence. He'll play it through, looking for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but Conser just about gets there ahead of him and clears away for a West Brom throw-in towards the West Brom left-hand side, and where the corner flag is held. Another change looks like it's going to be for West Brom, Dara O'Shea. So it looks like they will be diverting now to a 5 at the back to defend what they have got. They played well today, West Brom. Fully deserved of the 3 points if they get them, in my opinion. Attacks when they had to and defended when they got the lead. Thrown in towards Diagne. Cut out by Jacob Ramsey. It's now McGinn. Forward to El Ghazi. Down the channel it goes, looking for Keenan Davies. Intercepted by Yakoshlu in the midfield, who will then send it back forward again towards the left-hand side, where El Mohamedi will get there ahead of Pereira in the right-back area. And he shifts it across to Tyrone Mings in the 18-yard box. Big strides forward and then into McGinn. Out wide to Matt Target. El Ghazi. He was nominated for Player of the Month in December, scoring 5 goals in December. 5 of his 6 came in that month. El Ghazi, and another one today to make that 7 now in the league. It's McGinn, works it to Target on the left. He gets it across towards Davies, intercepted by Ajayi, helped behind for a corner by Darnell Furlong. And a corner kick again for Aston Villa. We've had a few of them, haven't we, today? Aston Villa corners, especially the second half. 5 minutes to go, pause added on time. Change about to be made. Dara O'Shea to replace Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He's put an absolute shift in for West Brom today. Won their penalty kick, Maitland-Niles, in the first half, as he's just going to take the short route off the pitch. And Dara O'Shea's on, so it will be a back 5 now for West Brom as they do defend what they have got. El Ghazi to put an in-swinging corner in. Curls it towards Konsu. Does win the header. Deflects in the box. Mings has got it. Can't get a shot away. He's fell. It falls to Davies, who rattles the post. And is that a goal kick? I think it's a goal kick. They're asking for a corner, but I think it's a goal kick. Fell to Konsa, who won the header. Blocked by Townsend. Fell to Mings, who tried to get out of his feet to shoot. He fell to the ground. Ended up falling to Keenan Davies, who's looking for his first career Premier League goal, and with his left foot he struck the post, and again West Brom still have the lead in this game. So unlucky from Keenan Davies. They're asking for a corner. I don't think it was. And somehow Aston Villa, with some of the chances they've created in this second half, they somehow haven't scored a second. I do think West Brom deserve to win this game, but that doesn't mean Aston Villa can't score, if you know what I mean. Still surprised they haven't scored as Traore nearly gets in behind, but Townsend defends well, and Sam Johnston clears. Throwing for Aston Villa with El Mohamedi to take. West Brom have won their last 2 away games at Villa Park, if you take away the playoffs that they played. The last time they won 3 in a row, Aston Villa was in between 1889 and 1902. So quite a long time ago, they won 3 in a row away at Villa Park in the league. Diagne's been fouled by Target inside the West Brom half. Yeah, and in the last 3 meetings versus Aston Villa, West Brom have had at least 1 player sent off, but looks like that could change this time. Because while West Brom have won their last 2 away games at Villa Park, excluding that playoff game in the 2018-19 season, Villa are looking for their first Premier League double over West Brom since the 08-09 season. Because obviously they beat them away and they've tried to beat them at home, but currently they're not going to break that duck of not winning both games in a league season against West Brom since 08-09. They're going to have to wait if they somehow don't score 2 goals in this game, which I can't see them scoring 2 more. To be honest, I can't really see them scoring 1. Diagne in the corner flag for West Brom. Kicks it inside and does find Pereira. Inside to Gallagher in the box, left-footed, decides to shoot. You can tell that's his weak foot, a wild strike, very wide it goes, and a goal kick for Emi Martinez to take, as he's going to try and take it as quickly as he can, as Allardyce is annoyed there that they've not just kept it in the corner. No need for Gallagher to shoot there, it was never going in, and Allardyce isn't happy. The Premier League manager who's now managing his 531st game. He's won 178 of them, drawn 142, and he's lost 210, but that's going to become 179 wins if they can hold on. El Ghazi over to El Mohammadi. Back out wide left to McGinn. A cross in the box, and it's too much on it towards Keenan Davies for throwing. My head's going. Goal kick for West Brom as there's a minute left plus added on time, and it looks like Villa are out of ideas. It really does. In the last half an hour of this game, they have gone for it and they have pushed West Brom back to defend deep. But from the chances they've created, they haven't taken one. And it looks like it's going to be 1 win in their last 8 games in the Premier League. And their only win in that run coming up against Fulham when they won 3-1 at home 3 weeks ago. Johnston, forward down the right. Header won by Mings, up towards Keenan Davies, who can't win the header on Bartley. Diagne can't clear forward. Now El Ghazi, McGinn lifts it forward and behind. Watkins tries to get on the end of it, too much on it, and Sam Johnston will let it run for a goal kick in the end. So, 90th minute, we're going to make a change, and here he is, after 15 months out, or around 15 months out. Wesley, the Brazilian striker, will come on for the last 4 minutes. Replaces Traore. A game for Aston Villa since the 1st of January when they played Burnley. When I think it ended 1-1 that game, and Wesley did score that game, and in the same game sustained an ACL injury, and he's been out for 15 months, and he hasn't even, played any senior football in that amount of time. He's played twice in the Premier League Under-23s League, Wesley, but this is the first time he's featuring for the senior team since the 1st of January 2020. So great to see him on the pitch, and imagine if he was able to score. So Wesley on after 15 months out. Can they nick a winner? 4 minutes added on. We've nearly played a minute of it already. McGinn lifted into the far post where Watkins heads it all the way across where Bartley can't deal with it, and Keenan Davies gets there, and it's a massive error by Bartley, and Keenan Davies, who came on as a sub, has scored his first ever Premier League goal, and what a massive goal that could be in this derby. Allardyce will be absolutely furious. I think he chucks the chewing gum in frustration, and it's 2-2. What an error. What an error from Kyle Bartley. Ball's put in by McGinn. It floats towards the far post. Watkins heads it into the 6-yard box, and it should be an easy clearance for Bartley, but he just chests it, and I think he expects Johnston to come and collect instead of just putting his foot through it. Keenan Davies just nips in front of Kyle Bartley as he attempts to try and clear it or guard it back to his keeper, gets in there ahead of both of them, and just prods it into the back of the net with his left foot. Great striking instincts by Keenan Davies, and after much frustration of coming on as a sub, Keenan Davies He's come on as a sub again, but has been used to effect. He's scored his first ever career Premier League goal, and he's made it Aston Villa 2, West Brom 2, right near the death of this game. 2-2. And they're going to try and get a winner here with Gallagher. Dispossessed by El Ghazi, works it to Watkins on the right. Back to El Mohammadi, crosses it in towards Wesley, who heads it towards goal, and it's an easy save for Johnston in the end. Still 2-2. This could end any kind of survival hopes for West Brom as they send it forward towards Diagne. Met by Conser, great touch, and he'll bring it forward. Goes out wide left to Mings. Will we get even more late drama? Matt Targett, they've got 3 strikers on now, Villa. Wesley, Davies and Watkins. El Ghazi from the left. Goes inside. Across to El Mohammadi. Back out to McGinn. Who crosses it in towards Watkins. Headed away by Townsend. To Matt Phillips on the edge of the box. Tackle by El Mohammadi. Over towards McGinn, who will get there ahead of Furlong. Find Matt Targett. Needs to get the right crossing. He gets it towards Wesley. Headed away by Bartley. Over to the right-hand side. It'll be kept in by Jacob Ramsey. Back to El Mohammadi. Touch out of his feet. And a ball across to the edge of the box to McGinn. He fancies his chances for a strike. It's parried. Over to Jacob Ramsey on the right. Tackled by Connor Townsend. In the corner flag, he's just able to clear. Out for a throw-in for Aston Villa. Good save by Johnston. It's now El Mohammadi. Inside to El Ghazi. We're near the end of this game now. El Mohammadi again, crossed in, met by Yakoshlu. Only as far as El Mohammadi again, who nods it back down to El Ghazi. Inside to Keenan Davies, lays it back off to El Mohammadi, lifts the ball into the box towards Watkins, header away by Ajayi to Targett. Back to McGinn, across to Targett. Can he work across? No, he can't. Back to McGinn, who then lifts it in towards Wesley, chested down by Yakoshlu, cleared away by Conor Gallagher. And there's the full-time whistle in the West Midlands derby. Heartbreak for West Brom at the end as they're pretty much forever consistent performer of this season. Kyle Bartley made a mistake. He's been great this season. It's kind of weird and funny how Kyle Bartley's been the most informed West Brom player, messed up for the goal, and how Conser, the most informed defender for Aston Villa this season, made both errors for both West Brom goals. Tried to clear it away as Watkins headed the ball across the box. He chested it. I don't know if he was waiting for the ball to come down to volley it away or was waiting for Sam Johnston to come and collect. I'm not sure what he was waiting. He got caught up in two minds, and while he was getting caught up in two minds, Davis nipped in, prodded the ball away from about 5 yards out, earned his team a point in the end. But West Brom's survival chances, I think, are all over. I think it's too much of a mountain to climb. I'll definitely listen to your streams again. Brilliant commentary, knowing that. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who's been here. It's been a great stream. 16 likes, loads of people in today. Make sure you subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Next commentary Tuesday, Real Madrid Chelsea, 8 o'clock start. But what a game we've had here. West Brom, after the first 10 minutes when they conceded in the 9th minute to an El Ghazi penalty given away by Ajayi, that's when they kind of got their act together, you could say, and actually started playing. And then for the last 30 minutes of that half, 35 minutes of that half, West Brom were the better team. Got a goal through a penalty of their own and caused a lot of chances, a lot of pressure for Aston Villa. But then the second half commenced. They got an early lead through a Mings own goal where Diagne shot towards the far post, but Mings helped it in to the back of the net. And then from around the 60th minute, where it was a bit of end-to-end, Villa got their foot on the ball and controlled the game until right till the end. From the 60th minute probably to the end, they got chances, they got possession, they got crosses in, and eventually 92nd minute, first ever Premier League goal for Keenan Davies, the man who was signed 6 years ago from Biggleswade, got his first Premier League goal and nicked a point for his team in a very eventful West Midlands derby. I very much enjoyed it. What a game. And Aston Villa 2, West Brom 2. Wow. I think I need a bit of a break after that. Need a bit of a lie down. What an ending. 92nd minute equaliser. West Brom, though, defended so well, to be fair. You know, relieving all that pressure they were put under. They dealt with it well. And like I said, they're one of the most consistent performers in Kyle Bartley. Tried to deal with a header across goal. He's chested it down. Caught in two minds. was wondering if he should just volley it away or let the keeper come. The keeper didn't come. He didn't volley it. And then Keenan Davis, as he was hesitating, stuck his left boot out and got it into the back of the net, beating Sam Johnston. So, fair play to Keenan Davies. Unlucky for West Brom. I find it hard to see them stay up now after not gaining 3 points and instead losing 2. I know it's a point game, but I more see it as a West Brom point of view as 2 points dropped in the end. They're now on 25 points, 9 points behind behind Brighton now with only 5 games to play. So I see it hard for West Brom to stay up, but who knows? Who knows? Will Big Sam work his magic? But Kyle Bartley at the end there, really poor. Needed to be quicker. Chested the ball. Didn't know whether to volley or let the keeper get it. Instead, Keenan Davies took it upon himself to get there, put it home, grab his team an equaliser. And over the run of the game, is that a fair result? I'd just say so. I think draw is a fair result. Villa got in the lead fairly so because in the first 10 minutes they were on it. And then for the rest of the first half, West Brom were the better team and, got their goal. And then for the last half an hour of the game, Villa really did go at it. 24 shots in the end, 11 on target, 71% possession. I think after the constant chances they were creating, the constant pressure they're putting on West Brom, I think in the end they did just about deserve a goal to equalise the game. But people might disagree with me, but that's how I see it anyway. And crazy game, good game, really enjoyed it. Good night thank you for watching. Thanks to everyone who was watching. Decent numbers coming out today, so make sure you're here for the Champions League one. Tuesday, it should be an absolute cracker, Real Madrid-Chelsea. But from today's game, we've had a West Midlands derby that has contained drama, 2 penalties, a 92nd minute equaliser and an own goal. And in the end, all those scenarios and all those scenes combine for an absolute masterclass of a derby. We've ended with a 2-2 draw here at Villa Park. Villa will look to rue missed opportunities. West Brom will rue missed chances and mistakes caused by their own. And in the end, we've had a mixed game where both teams have made mistakes, made chances, and that's made for a 2-2 draw. So make sure you're here Tuesday night. Chelsea take on Real first leg of the Champions League Tuesday. Can they nick a lead to go into the second leg? We'll have to find out. But from here and tonight, it's finished Aston Villa 2, West Brom 2.